way.
Like nothing, like I think nothing that's gonna change your life in a major way, in a good way.
Right.
It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna come easy. So, to whom much is given, much is expected. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think that sums that up. Like, if you get a big position, a big job, big anything, big break, it's gonna come with a lot of responsibility to keep it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, expect that. I think, you know, we should expect that as people, period. You know what I mean? Whether you got a job at McDonald's, you go from fries to being a manager. Now you thought you was complaining about had to stay 30 minutes over. Now you got to stay at the end of the night after everybody gone to do all the paperwork. You know what I mean?
Right.
With that manager job. So I mean, it goes from that to any other scenario, man. Get a lot, do a lot. You have to do a lot to keep it.
So the bottom line, nothing worth having. You know what I'm saying?
Anything worth having.
Exactly. It's worth working hard as hell for.
Yeah, getting up early in the morning, busting your ass, doing what you got to do.
Doing what no one else is doing.
And what nobody else ain't gonna do if it's your job to do it. Yeah. If it's your job to do it, don't look at nobody else to do your job.
So that's the approach you would take if you was, you know, just getting in the music game, trying to make your name known and whatnot.
Definitely. Like when I first, I got a manager, but before I had a manager, I'm managing myself. I'm still kind of managing myself. Shout out to Jason, right? But no, seriously though, like me and him both, we grew. I taught him things that he know because I was doing music longer than him, but he taught me things since then. But you know, I had to do the job what nobody else was gonna do. I had to, you know, when I took my song to the radio, try to get it played, there wasn't nobody there to be talking for me. I had to do it myself. I had to have all that together. I had to, you know, have some understanding of what I was doing to even be able to say, this is what I do. You just can't be out just saying I do something and you don't know what you're talking about.
So that brings me to something. How did you get on? How did you get started? What was that first break you got that made things really start happening for you?
Man, honestly, I moved to Georgia and it just started, everything just started one by one. I had a friend, and one of his friends was Bubba Sparks. He introduced me to Bubba Sparks, and Bubba at the time was messing with a guy named Shannon Houchins. Long story short, Bubba had just did a deal with Interscope, so he had just got on with Timberland and all that, and blew up. You know what I mean? And by me being his friend, he was like, "Man, come on the road with me, be my hype man and shit." So I was like, "Hell yeah!" I was sleeping on the motherfucking couch anyway, so I was like, "Let's go." You know what I mean? So we hit the road, and I started learning the business, man. I started learning this shit piece by piece, and I learned the good and the bad. I seen him go through everything from just staying out late partying and having to get right the fuck back up the next day and fly to another city and try to snap again with your voice hoarse, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, I was blessed to see all of that before I got to this point to where it's my turn, so now I know.
Right.
So that's how it happened, man. Bubba went from Timberland, being with Bubba went from me being on the road with Bubba to me Timberland and working with Timberland and being on Bubba's second album. Then just from there, Timberland started me writing. It just one thing after another, man. It just kept rolling. From Timberland and Magoo Under Construction Part 2 album.
So what are the songs? Because I mean, it sounds like you got on with Tim and you started doing a lot of writing.
Yeah, I was on Bubba, a feature on Bubba's second album. It was called Warrant, a song called Warrant.
Right.
And you know, we did that. Then it went from there to a Timberland and Magoo album, Under Construction Part 2. I can't remember all the songs. I wrote 5 of them on there though.
Okay.
And one was with Wyclef and Brandy. Just, you know, a bunch of stuff, and then
that's big.
And then I went on to do the Promiscuous record, you know what I mean?
Right. Promiscuous what now?
Promiscuous Girl.
I'm gonna tell you, when you told me you wrote that song, I was like, I can't even look at you and say that's a song Attitude Right. I know you don't look at yourself in the mirror and say that's a song that you would expect.
My homeboys in the hood, they called me one day and was like laughing hysterically on the phone like for like 2 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck wrong with you? Yeah. I'm like, man, I heard you wrote a song called Promiscuous Girl. It was just funny to niggas in the hood. Like, like what the fuck? I was like, yeah, I did. And I'll be down there in this new car I just bought.
Right.
Soon to see y'all niggas. That's what's up. Nah, but that shit was funny though, man. Shout out to Nelly Furtado, Timberland.
That's a big record.
B-Club. Not B-Club, Mosley Music Group, I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah. But you wrote, after that record came out, there was another record you wrote that had Nelly Furtado and Tim and Johnston.
Yeah, it was
That's called,
it was the first single off of the album. It was called Give It To Me.
Right.
That was the first single off Shock Value, man. it went like back to back. I wrote Promiscuous Girl, then we came back, me, Nelly, Timbo, and Justin, with the Give It To Me record, man. And one record after another, man. God just blessed me. You know, and everything just kept rolling, man. Then I had the Fall Out Boys too. The second single was the Give It To Me, Throw It On Me, was with the Fall Out Boys. I wrote that too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you know, just kept, I'm not sure if it's with the Fall Out Boys. I might need to check my credits. Y'all check the credits for me, man. But it was the second single, man. Throw It On Me, and then you know, Kerry Hilson sold it up with the Way Y'all Are shit. I ain't write that one, but you know, shout out to Kerry and the Clutch and all that.
It made that album move.
Yeah, it made that.
So that's a good thing for you too.
Yeah.
And it which brings me to publishing. Like for example, you know, a lot of people don't know the kind of money or the kind of lifestyle or the kind of career you can have just being a writer. I mean, I know you're a rapper too, you know what I'm saying, but you get in where you fit in at times. If you have
like your mama tell you, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You know what I mean? Like, I never would have thought when I first started rapping that I would be behind the scenes doing this shit first. To even get, like, it took me to be a writer and write a hit record to even get noticed to be an artist.
Right.
You know what I mean? So publishing, I would say, is the most important thing. Whether, like, if you're a writer, if you're a rapper and you don't write your raps, then you definitely ain't getting paid off shit for shows. So shout out to all them non-rap writing rappers, you know, non-rap writing rappers, you know what I mean? You're not getting no money, you know what I mean? And like, not to disrespect those people, because you might have a good image or whatever, but I'm just talking about the publishing side of it. Publishing is the blood of, like the blood in your veins, that's what publishing is to artists, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? If you got a record that got played on the radio a whole bunch of times, but when your album dropped, that motherfucker didn't say a shit, you're gonna still eat out that publishing from writing that record that got, at least you had that. You know what I'm saying? You might, see, like, record sales artists rarely see that, you know what I mean? The residuals from that, so publishing is everything. Like,
but there's so many avenues of publishing. Like, what are some of the things you get paid for? Like, I mean, you got, what, video and?
Radio.
Ringtones.
TV. Like when a song is on TV, if it's on a video, like anything, you get paid for that. Like they have to pay you for that.
Right.
If you just wrote it, if you was a part of it, they gotta pay you. And
sometimes it's nickels and dimes, but nickels and dimes make dollars.
Yeah, and you look at that when that publishing check come, and you look at all that shit from Moscow and all the places it was played at that you never even heard of. They playing this record on the radio. You like, damn. Yeah. And they all add up to that one big sum at the end at the bottom, you know what I mean? Right, it's beautiful, you know what I mean? It's writing is, I'm glad I actually learned this phase of it too, because even though I write all my raps, it still taught me the importance of making sure, you know, when I'm negotiating splits and shit on my own album, to, you know, I'm up on it now, because I know the importance of it. So that's what it is.
Like, the publishing is for a writer or a rapper or any kind of artist, is really like your 401k.
Yeah. It's your retirement plan.
You know?
It's gonna be there when your career is long gone. Like when ain't nobody studying you. You a muscle rapper when your six-pack gone. You know what I mean? Your publishing, all them records you made that was good, that publishing money, them records gonna still be getting played on the radio and movies and placements. You will always eat off that, period.
And that's a beautiful thing.
That's beautiful.
So, being that you started, you know, once again, like I said, like you said, you were a rapper, but you really got in from behind the scenes as a writer. Yeah. How'd you feel the first time you heard a record that you know you wrote, and you know what I'm saying, that it was just like, that you knew this thing was gonna shift gears in your life, change things? How did you feel? It had to be
Promiscuous Girl, but it was crazy. Like when I would be somewhere, like me and my homeboys would be at the bar somewhere. Actually, I remember it was in Miami, and the song had came out, and it had been out like a couple months. It was really starting to heat up, and we was in Dogma on Washington, I think it is, in Miami Beach.
Right.
But not Dogma, it was the burger place, Burger Baby or some shit like that, I don't know. But we was in there, and I remember sitting at the bar, and the song came on, and there was a waitress that we had been sitting there talking about, damn, she fine as fuck, you know what I mean?
Right.
Then all of a sudden that song came on, and she just went crazy and started singing, and she was rapping every word, and I was sitting there like, damn. If I didn't have a girlfriend. But now, like, you know what I mean? Like, she knew every word, and I was just sitting there like, damn, she don't have no clue that the nigga who wrote this shit is sitting right here. She just gave me my Long Island iced tea. You know what I mean?
Right.
I ain't let her know, but it was just weird watching her sing it. Like, cause it wasn't like I ever had somebody singing one of my songs before.
Right.
But it was kind of like my song.
But you knew.
That made me know. I was like, this shit is different right here.